Yeah, but that's just what that is. Cali was good. Tennessee was good. Florida, baby. Yeah. Definitely respect to the 305. All right, now Tampa kid. Yeah, New York State, Big Will, what's going on? Pasadena, Texas. Yeah, Chloe, yeah. West Palm Beach. Okay. California dreaming. Yes, ma'am, I am feeling better. Vegas. Vegas. Yeah, y'all. Yeah. I hope y'all having a nice, happy New Year's Eve, man. Quick little motivation before we go ahead and get into tonight's show. I want to go ahead and tell y'all that, it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. See what I'm saying? With anything you want to do in life, you know what I'm saying? Like, it may not look good in the beginning, but as long as you keep going, you never know. See what I'm saying? The big win might be in the middle, might be in the end, but if you keep going, you will find out. So, I know y'all like to get caught up in this whole new year, new me. New year, new me, fresh out the bag. Nah, nigga. The real struggle happens in the middle of the year, the end of the year. If you still alive, you know what I'm saying? You still gonna keep going. Everybody feel good in the beginning of the year. Everybody feel good in the beginning of the year. Yeah. Everybody's amped up and motivated. You know what I'm saying? When there's a fresh start. The real question is how you end, how you finish. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all finish strong. Hey, y'all, what college you graduated from? I graduated from the University of Florida. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I graduated from the University of Florida 2023, 2024. I think. I remember. Yeah. New Year, same bill. You know what I'm saying? Them bills still gonna be the same. You know what I'm saying? You may be new, but them bills ain't. Rocky, what's going on, man? How you doing? Yeah, so anyways, before we get started, I want to go ahead and give a huge shout out to BarValve Bar Soap. BarValve Bar Soap is a black-owned company providing all-natural bar soaps made to nourish your skin with essentials it truly needs without harsh chemicals. This is especially beneficial for people with melanated skin. As we know, many mainstream pharmaceutical companies don't always have us in mind when creating everyday essentials like soap. Supporting brands like BarValve means supporting healthier skin in our community at the same time. Everybody who's watching this from YouTube, the link will be in the description box. Everybody who's here on TikTok, I've pinned the link at the top. Go ahead and check out that brother. That is a good brother, and he sells good quality soap. If it's not in here, I'll drop it in here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why it keeps kicking it out. Let me go ahead and try to drop this link in. I don't know why. TikTok won't let it stay in. Yeah, so go ahead and check that good brother out. That's a good brother of mine. You know what I'm saying? He sells quality soap. And like I said, don't buy one, buy multiple. But anyways, I was having this conversation the other day with this Caribbean descent person. This person is my friend. We have plenty of conversations about the stuff I've discussed on my lives and on my radio show about how I feel, how Black Americans feel about these other groups of melanated people and the dynamic of America and how it's set up. And this person asked a very interesting question. She said, he was like, you know what, AI? What if the roles were reversed? What if global powers were reversed? Would Black Americans behave the same? You know what I'm saying? Basically asking if we were in these other immigrants' shoes, see what I'm saying? We were in their, place, will we act the same as we acting now? Or will we do what they're doing? So this person was trying to give the example of it just so happens that Black Americans are the ones who went through that experience. And therefore, they got to be where they're at, to be the dominant group and culture. But what happens if white people set up shop in Germany? What happens if white people set up shop in Africa? What if they never came over here and, what if the belly of the beast was in another country? You know what I'm saying? What if they never, enslaved us and they enslaved other people? Jessica, how you doing, man? And you know what? When they asked the question, I really had to think about it. I said, what if the roles were reversed? Yeah, what if, we were like all these other places where they're extracting resources from us, but they're not present in on our landmass. Will we act the same as them? And the question, when this person asked this question, it was very hypothetical. It wasn't. They didn't want me to actually answer the question, but the way that I am, I actually think about things that you ask. So when you ask me a question, I'm going to think about it, and I'm going to think about all the scenarios. You just can't ask somebody something and not expect them to respond with details and specifics. So although this person just wanted to make a point, they wanted to make a point, or he wanted to make a point about, we need to have sympathy for these people, because what if the roles were reversed and we were the underdeveloped or third world country? So I thought about it. I said, well, you know what? If we were the cuckoo bird immigrants, will we act like cuckoo bird immigrants? And I had to think long about it. And my first answer was, hell nah. Fuck. We would never act like these people. See what I'm saying? We would never act like these people, because I almost fell for the trap. I'm like, if we were as desperate as them, will we act like them? But then I had to think about it. These other groups of people have been acting like this before colonization. See, I never said that we all haven't or experienced colonization. We all experienced colonization. See what I'm saying? We all are victims of white supremacy. See what I'm saying? Nobody's not a victim of white supremacy. So what is it that makes these people act like this? And I had to think about it. Like, they already have history of betraying one another. Let's talk about Africa. Before colonization, Africa was already selling people. Yeah, before colonization, Africa was already divided. It wasn't even called Africa. Shit, the Moors was in Europe pimping, trafficking white girls and shit. Trafficking snow bunnies and shit. Yeah, the Haitians down in Haiti, they betrayed their own group of people, cut off the leader, Gasoline. I called him, his name Desaline, I call him Gasoline. Nigga, I call him Gasoline. They chopped that nigga head off. You know what I'm saying? He's the one who freed him. And then they paid the French reparations. So, it has to be something in the past. I think genetically and through our bloodlines, we are inherently different. Because whoever we were before colonization, before the Atlantic slave trade and before all that stuff happened, whoever we were already divided. And we already had our tribes, and we already had our set groups of people, because I believe blacks were all over the continent. And based on what tribe we came from, kind of sort of indicates how we act. See what I'm saying? And then, I also thought about it too. I said, you know what? But at the same time, that question of what if white people never came to America and enslaved black Americans and enslaved another country and built that country? That same question actually goes against that person's narrative. Because, we got to remind these people, we are in the belly of the beast. This is the corporation of colonization, America. America is the it's the headquarters. Right. America is where this is where the colonization. Go ahead, bomb them. Get rid of them. Go, oh, they're acting up again. Go ahead, knock them off. This is where we made the big phone calls at. The big phone calls happen over here. We want to get a continent knocked off. Comes through, goes through DC first. Right. So we are in the belly of the beast. These other groups of people, they're not in the belly. They are the majority. They are the majority where they're at in their countries, in their islands. They're not in the belly. Colonization and white supremacy is attacking them from a distance. It's indirect. They're not being attacked like how we are being attacked. See what I'm saying? We are living with the colonizers. The ones who's doing all the harm everywhere, we're living with them. Washington, D.C. There's no Washington, D.C. in Haiti. There's no Washington, D.C. in Jamaica. There's no Washington, D.C. in Africa. They don't got to see these folks. We do every day in and out. So I had to ask myself, so what is it? Why is it that Black Americans are the minority in the belly of the beast, but somehow we're still the richest groups of blacks? Now, contrary to other people believe, they're going to say, oh, because of white people. Not because of white people, because of us. All the majority of America's inventions came through us. The reason why America is built today is because of us. The blueprint is us. So we're the key. And on top of that, so we can't give white people credit for building this country, because if we left it to white people, this country would be great. Where would majority of the economics come from? We're the most prophesized. They profit off of us. See what I'm saying? So we're the soft power that keeps America running. Without us, there is no America. So I said, so what is it? What is it that makes these people so poor and so traumatized and so defeated? And then boom, it came to me. I figured it out. Y'all. I put it together. It's because they have accepted white supremacy. Because at the end of the day, almost like what Kanye said, slavery was a choice. Accepting white supremacy is a choice. See what I'm saying? Accepting white supremacy is a choice. And these people have chose white supremacy. They could revolt on their islands, in their countries. They could make a stand. They could choose to either risk their lives or build their countries. No, risk their lives or get colonized by white supremacy. And they have chose day in and day out to accept white supremacy. And that's the difference. That's the difference between them and us. We've never accepted white supremacy. Matter of fact, the whole identity, if we just look at the identity of being Black American, the whole essence of being Black American is going against white supremacy. That's it. When they ask what's our culture, that's the culture. Our culture is going against white supremacy. I don't know how. Yeah, we have other aspects of our culture, like our music, our language, and all the other things that we do. But our main distinct culture is going against white supremacy. It's being revolutionaries, freedom fighters, justice. That's us. That's not their culture. Their inherent, the culture they got out of colonization is surviving. Their culture is surviving. So no, I don't believe Black Americans would have acted the same if we were in their shoes. See what I'm saying? I don't think we would have. King Q was good, brother. I don't think we would have acted the same if the roles were reversed. Now, we had some of us who probably did, go over there to another country and probably, yeah, we got a few people who probably would have did that. But all in all, I think that the thing that separates us the most is that, Black Americans, we built the culture off of saying no to white supremacy. Because if we're being honest, where we're at today, white people didn't want us at where we're at today. See, I think a lot of these immigrants believe that we're here today or where we're at today is because of white supremacy. And that's not true. If we really let it up to white people, if we let them run the show, we would not be where we're at. I wouldn't be here in this house. I wouldn't be here on TikTok if we let them run it. If we let white people really have it their way, I wouldn't be here right now. See what I'm saying? If we let white people have their way, we would never have enforced the decision to free the slaves. We would never have enforced the domino effect of this, the Civil War. A lot of people keep forgetting that, before the Civil War, or the whole purpose of the Civil War was to figure out how the economy of America was going to be ran. It had nothing to do about feeling sorry for niggas. Crackers ain't never feel sorry about niggas. It had nothing to do with having sympathy. It had everything to do with One group of white people realizing that to maintain slavery was almost impossible. It was almost impossible because we kept revolting. We've been revolting. Slavery been a liability since 1526. Yeah, they generated a lot of money, but they also lost a lot of money. See what I'm saying? Since 1526, we've been revolting. That's why they don't like to talk about our revolts. They don't like to talk about the Florida Seminoles in the 1800s. Oh shit, it was before the Florida Seminoles. 1526. I forgot the name of that revolt. Someone put it in the chat for me. 1526, the Gullah Wars, Louisiana, the Louisiana Revolt. See what I'm saying? Some of the revolts that happened in New York. One group of white people got smart and said, you know what? I don't think we can maintain this system of slavery. I don't think slavery is going to be something that we could obtain or keep going further down the line. So they said, fuck it. You know what? Let's find another way of enslaving these group of people. Let's not use physical chattel slavery. Let's use the work system. And then the crackers down south, they said, no, fuck that. We want to keep this system going. Even though they lost a lot of money. You know how much money they lost during the Florida Seminole Wars? The Florida Seminole Wars, let me look it up right now, was the most expensive war in America. Fought on American soil, guerrilla warfare. Look it up right now. Yeah, America damn near almost went broke behind that damn war. It says the U.S. government spent roughly $30 million to $40 million on the second Seminole War. A huge sum for the time. Nigga, 30 million, 40 million back then? No one of them crackers said, man, fuck that. Fuck that. Slavery too expensive. To maintain these niggas, it's too expensive. We need another route. We got to do something else. So yeah, these are the unique things that really separates Black Americans when we really get into the nitty gritty of things and we really dive deep in who we are. We always been a revolting group of people. They don't like to talk about it because it would, change the dynamic of how Black Americans think in America. That's why speaking on these things are very important. See what I'm saying? So, when these other groups of people said, well, if you're in our shoes, what would you do? I don't know. We really don't have a history of saying yes to white supremacy. Y'all do. We never accepted white supremacy. Y'all did. And that's the major difference. Yeah, y'all. So that was a pretty decent conversation that we had. And, it made me think. And, I know she didn't mean no harm. This person didn't mean any harm, but that's just what it is, man. We never conformed. Like I tell you all the time, we're the undefeated group. We're the undefeated tribe. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that, Peasy boy. And anyways, let's go ahead and get into this New Year's recap. Boy, we had a year this year. We had a year this year. I don't know about y'all, but I had a good year this year. I hope the rest of y'all had a good year this year. This was a good year. So because we had a good year this year, I'm going to do a New Year's recap, 2025. So I'm going to go on. First, I'm going to talk about what got me started. I think a couple of y'all who've been following me for a while know pretty much what got me started. For starters, when I first came on TikTok, I was really covering, the ICE reports in California. See what I'm saying? The ICE reports in California, the Mexicans were being targeted at the time, the same way the Somalians are being targeted, the same way all these other groups of people being targeted. It was the Mexicans who was out there going through their situation. And of course, they called on Black Americans. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? Ayúdame, ayúdame, Black America, ayúdame, ayúdame. With their burrito Taco Bell head ass, asking us to come help them. To help them from goddamn the ice cream man. Locking they mud ass up in the back of the truck and riding them off. And they had a nerve to be in them streets waving them damn Taco Bell flags, talking about this is their country. Nigga, please. Yeah, so, you know, when those videos dropped and I started seeing, you know, the Mexicans asking us for help, I was like, wait a minute. The Mexicans ain't no better than white people. Yeah, they're no better than white people. See what I'm saying? They hate niggas all the same. Especially when we go to, you know, jail. When we go to jail, you know, the Mexicans are known for teaming up with each other, ganging up on niggas. See what I'm saying? When it comes to business, the Mexicans don't do business with black folks. Yeah, the Mexicans don't do business with black folks. They stay far away, but they do rap like niggas. They dress like niggas. See what I'm saying? They try to gang bang like niggas, but they don't like assimilating with niggas when it's time to do something important. And on top of that, when it come down to our reparations, they damn sure don't agree with that. Them niggas hate reparations for black folks just the same as white people hate reparations for black folks. And I'm just like, damn, nigga. See what I'm saying? So when they came out and they said, black Americans need help. Black people, ayúdame, ¿qué pasó, papi? Papi, we march with you, papi. We march with you, papi, please, ayúdame, ¿qué pasó? I said, fuck them. That was one of my first videos that went viral. I told them niggas, fuck them. Fuck them niggas. For what? Now, nigga, in the whole globe did anything for black Americans. No group of people came together to do something for black Americans. Nobody. The Mexicans, matter of fact, the nowadays Mexicans, they participated in slavery just like white people. Just like the Native Americans. Yeah, they had, I think slavery might have been larger in Mexico because Mexico had a bigger territory back there. Yeah. Yeah, them niggas, they hated niggas. And their second president, or their first president, Vicente Guerrero, or was that the second one of them, was a nigga. See what I'm saying? And then, you know, when the Mexicans see my post saying that they ain't do shit for us, nobody done shit for us, why the fuck we will help? They all got in my comment section talking about some, what you talking about, brother? We opened up Mexico for you to run to as a slave. So I had to go do the research. And when I came back with the research, oh, that shit was a complete motherfucking lie. The Mexicans ain't help with shit. They ain't do shit. Matter of fact, the Mexicans that did help black Americans have safe refugee in Mexico was the black Mexicans, was the niggas. It was their second or first president. Matter of fact, who was Mexico's first president? Yeah, it was their first president. Oh, no, second president. My bad. Yeah, Guapo Victoria. The nigga was the second president, Vicente Guerrero. Vicente Guerrero was the president who helped out black Americans. He's the one who gave the refugees or opened up Mexico along the borders for black Americans to set up their town. The towns are still there today. You could go to Mexico right now and still see those towns are heavily populated with melanated people, dark-skinned people. And then they unalived the nigga. The Mexicans killed the nigga. The fuck is we talking about right now? You killed the nigga that helped black Americans for helping niggas. Right. So what allegiance do we owe you? And then not only that, you take after your Spanish side because a Mexican ain't nothing but a mutt. It's a mix between, you know, black indigenous, Spaniards, and I think maybe Filipinos, because for some reason, the Filipinos and the Mexicans, they look, I think something's going on with that. I haven't put the pieces together, but niggas ain't never been that short. See what I'm saying? And on top of that, Mexico is what it is today because of black Americans' revolt. We revolted, well, not black Americans, or a black indigenous person in Mexico who was a prisoner of war, revolted against the Spanish, the first successful revolt in Mexico. Veracruz, Jasper Jenga, I might be saying his name wrong, Jasper Jenga. Yeah, he's the reason why Mexico has an identity today. See what I'm saying? They have an identity because we were the first ones to free Mexico or set up the first independent city or town during Spanish colonization. Right. So the only reason these niggas got an identity today is because of us. Just for them to turn their backs on us and be just as racist. Right. So, you know, I came out with the facts with that. And then, you know, during my little rant, I was talking about how, you know, everything Black Americans have today was strictly due because of us. We're free today because of the Florida Seminole Wars. Jenga wasn't African. No, he wasn't. I'm tired of y'all saying you're going off of what white people have put on the internet. Because if you would have asked the internet, do we know 100% for sure where Jenga came from? Is there documents? It's going to say no. There already was a black population in Mexico. Matter of fact, the artifacts that they found in Mexico was the first civilization, was the Olmec tribe, and they considered them niggas. So these features was already in Mexico. So when the internet says Africans, man, no, the nigga wasn't African. That's the story that they try to tell. I don't believe that. I don't believe he was African. Right. So then, you know, then when we get into the Florida Seminole Wars, because the Mexicans try to act like, well, we helped you, nigga. Nah, nigga, we helped ourselves. And then you killed our help. You unalived our help. So now when we go to the Florida Seminole Wars, I talked about how niggas, we freed ourselves. Now, of course, the Civil War was the ending factor of slavery. But the domino effect was the Florida Seminole Wars. The Florida Seminole Wars lasted until from 1817, well, before that, all the way to 1858, a three-part war. See what I'm saying? A three-part war that ended in 1858. Slavery was over in 1865. They lost $40 million. That's equivalent today to trillions of dollars. So this conflict between the North and South, you know, was going to happen because of how much money they lost. They realized that slavery was unsustainable. They couldn't keep up with it. Right. So when I got into details about that, I had a whole bunch of Haitians. This is how the Haitians got started. I got started with the Mexicans. Yeah, you know, before I hopped on live, I was battling Mexicans. I had Mexicans all in my DMs talking about, hey, SA, where you at, SA? I'll come to Florida and come find you, SA. We're looking for you, SA. You talk about us, keep Mexico name out your mouth, SA. Me and my amigos gonna come find you, SA. Down here in Florida, we don't got SAs. There is no Mexicans. I've barely seen a Mexican in my life. So I'm looking at these niggas like, I'm supposed to be scared, nigga? What you gonna do? Catch a flight from Cali all the way over here? Can y'all even move? Like, you might get deported once you hop on Spirit or JetBlue. See what I'm saying? Right. Yeah. So, you know, when I started posting about the Florida Seminoles and the wars, I had Haitians throwing their flag underneath my comment section. And I'm like, where the fuck these niggas came from? The fuck these niggas got going on? What the fuck? And then I realized that these niggas think that they participated in the Florida Seminole Wars. And I'm just like, nigga, and when I did the research, they try to hype up George Bias or whatever you want to call it. When you do the research, this nigga ain't really helped at all. Like, one Haitian nigga who brung over 17 people, a volleyball team. The nigga brung over a volleyball team. The Haitians want to take credit for that. We was there because of Haiti. Because of Haiti, you guys won the war. Because of Haiti, you started a revolution, nigga. You started a revolution because of Haiti. And I said, nigga, we've been revolting since 1526. The fuck is you niggas talking about? And then when we do the research on George Biaso, he got kicked out of Haiti. He got kicked out of Haiti because he sided with the Spanish, because the French and Spanish was fighting over Saint Domingue at the time. He was one of the commanders for the Spanish army in Haiti, or now Haiti, called Saint Domingue at that time. And once the French won against the Spanish, they sent his ass to Florida. And then he said, well, I might as well bring my family. So he brought 5 niggas, a dog, and his wife and a couple kids. Okay, fine. Bring them niggas. Now the Haitians want to take credit for the nigga bringing over maybe, possibly 17 niggas. A girls volleyball team. A girls volleyball team. Meanwhile, Florida, this big ass state that was holding it down before this nigga even got over there. And he didn't come over as a Haitian. He came over as a commander for the Spanish army. Now, during that time, he came before the Florida Seminole Wars. So if you're coming before the Florida Seminole Wars, that means the Florida Seminoles, the black Indians, was having conflict with the Spanish. So that means this nigga contribute to the war against the black American Indians in America at the time. Because the Spanish ain't conquered the Florida Seminoles neither, or the black indigenous that was on that landmass. They had to create some kind of peace treaties here and there. They had to create agreements. Hey, if you conform to Christianity, then we'll let you guys, like, we didn't trust them niggas neither. So the fact that he came over as a commander for the Spanish army only proves that, nigga, you know what I'm saying? You ain't really on our side, nigga. If anything, you with the enemy. So I don't think this is the best representation for Haiti at the time. And it just so happens that he died. He came over in 1795. The Florida Seminole Wars didn't start until 1817. So he really didn't participate. He wasn't alive during the first Florida Seminole War. See what I'm saying? So that was that. So he didn't make it for that. But, you know, they kept throwing his name around, screaming out Haiti. And, you know, I took some real offense to it. And the reason why I took a lot of offense to it is because it's like, as black Americans, we had some real steppers during those wars that we need to give credit to that do not get highlighted. Yeah, we got these foreign people trying to highlight their people while we're trying to highlight the ones who actually stepped for real during the war. And that's John Horse and Chief Osceola. See what I'm saying? So what they don't understand is when you're speaking on our history, you're undermining our history at the same time too. Because we have people that we need to be giving credit to, and you over here giving credit to some nigga who ain't never seen out one war. He ain't seen out one war in Florida. He wasn't alive. He came in 1795. Right. You trying to hype up this nigga. So we call that infiltration. You see us doing something, you see us honing in on something, and you come in and try to railroad it and get in between it, trying to say, no, nigga, because of us. That's called player hating. And then call Florida an island. It's called Florida is just the Caribbeans. No, the fuck it's not, nigga. It's not the Caribbeans. Right. See what I'm saying? So, you know, I started off with that, with the Haitians, and that's how we got into this relationship where these niggas don't want to let me go. These Haitian niggas they just can't let me go, dog. They just, once I corrected them, they ass on that, you know what I'm saying? They have a hard time letting me go. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we're trying to get our history right. We're trying to tell the story the correct way. And, you know, these people keep getting in the way of us trying to hone in on ourselves. That's all it is. We're just focused. We are hyper-focused. We are hyper-focused about our history and about who we are. We're not focused on nobody else. And then I got into it with the Africans. Yeah. That's where I got the cuckoo bird term. Once them niggas started attacking me, boy, that cuckoo bird term came out, and I ain't looked back since. Yeah. So, you know, after I left that alone, I got into the indigenous routes of debunking the Atlantic slave trade. See what I'm saying? I was debunking the assumption that every black American who's here in America today is because of the Atlantic slave trade. And, you know, I broke down the numbers, broke down the stats, things that didn't make sense. And boy, these Africans hated it, boy. These Africans, oh boy, oh Lord, they hated this shit. They hated the whole I'm not African shit, which I'm confused about. Half of them don't want to be African. Y'all don't want to be in Africa. So why the fuck you care if I call myself African or not? No, nigga, you African. You African. Oh, you African, nigga. You African. You know what I'm saying? No, nigga. Look at you. Look at you, nigga. You remind me of my son. You remind me of my son, nigga. That's what you remind me of, nigga. Why you talk about people who look like you? You look like my son. Right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, when we broke down the stats and we proved that that they can't prove that we weren't already here. Because that's the thing. You can't prove that we weren't already in America. That's their problem. That's white supremacy problem. They can't prove that we weren't here. Prove to me, without a question of a doubt, that these features weren't already here. And they can't do it. So the fuck, all right, nigga, what the fuck we, oh, the Africans be looking, nigga, I told you once, I tell you again, nigga, you African, nigga. They start breathing hard and shit. I gotta tell nigga, back up, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let's TPS. You're removed. Them Africans, and then they stay in my DMs. Them Africans stay deep in my DMs, boy. Them Africans send me pictures. They be sending me, this is what we gonna do to you, nigga. When we catch you, nigga, don't worry about nigga. We coming from you, nigga. We coming for you. You the number one nigga. You is the number one nigga we coming for. I said, God damn. So y'all not gonna attack the oppressors. Y'all not gonna attack the people who's colonizing out. You gonna attack me all because I don't want to say I'm African. God damn. Now the Haitians had to be the worst. I ain't gonna lie, the Haitians are the worst. You know what I'm saying? I never dealt with, you know, I'm from Miami, so I never really dealt with Africans. See what I'm saying? I never really dealt with Africans like that because I'm from Florida. We don't really have Africans like that. So when y'all get to talking about these, before, you know, I didn't know that Africans were like this because I never dealt with Africans. We don't got them like that down here in Florida, especially not South Florida. So, you know, I was new to the whole Akata rhetoric. I was used to the Yank, yah, and whatnot. Right. So, but I'll have to say the Haitians are worse because they know I'm from Florida. See what I'm saying? So it's a home territory thing. They feel that I should be a little bit more understanding for them because we're both from Florida. But that doesn't excuse the fact that you're misbehaving and you have conformed to white supremacy when you came to Miami and you started doing some bitch ass shit. See what I'm saying? Talking about some damn bullying. Nigga, they just robbed you niggas of trillions of dollars that you had to pay for reparations. Instead of me being mad at you, instead of being mad at me for calling you stank and dirty, you should be mad at the niggas who just took I ain't take no money out your pockets. That wasn't me. I ain't take no money out your pocket. Don't be mad at some shit that I said in 5th grade. That's all I'm saying. 5th grade, nigga, come on. You can't get over it, nigga. Right. And then you want to talk about you nigga, you used to bully, you bully Haitians. You remember I couldn't walk down the street being Haitian, nigga. Yeah, cause you was bitch ass. You was bitch ass, nigga. Yeah. Anybody who was bitch ass in Miami, or anybody who's bitch ass anywhere, you are going to be more exposed to bullying. Right. And we made you niggas tough. Yeah, we showed you niggas what it is to have swag, be tough. Right. So for a group of people who you swear hated you or was bullying you, we sure put y'all on game. We sure let y'all in our culture. We sure let y'all rap with us. You know what I'm saying? We sure let y'all, we gave y'all shout outs on the mic. All our rappers, Rick Ross, Trick Daddy, you know what I'm saying? Iceberg, Billion, we gave y'all shout outs. Shout out to the Zoes. Like for the group of people who hated y'all, we showed y'all a lot of love. The Haitians and the Africans, they kind of do the same kind of look. The Haitians look like this when they first come off the boat. They get to look so that's how we know when the Haitians is new to Florida. They get to looking like this. They get to eye you down. Nigga, what is that in your hand? Please. What's that? They get to talking in French and shit like that. Yeah, the Africans, you know what I'm saying? They be on some other shit. they go watch you all the way. Yo, everybody, God damn, nigga, blink, nigga, damn. Blink, nigga, fuck, nigga, damn. Yeah. Yeah, y'all. So, yeah, we just, my friend, you my friend. Hey, Jessica. Yeah, Jessica, you ain't right. My friend. What are you doing, my friend? Listen. Listen, no. You listen to me. Hey, brother, you listen to me. Listen to me. I have something to say. I have something to say. The Haitians and Africans always start off every conversation with, you listen to me, nigga. I have something to say. Damn, nigga. They swear that they have to say something so important and it literally be nothing at all. They ain't saying shit worth the damn. Just wasting my fucking time. And you know, nigga, let me tell you something, nigga. What you do, and they love the word nigga, you might think they're Canadian or some shit. Nigga, listen, nigga. What you say is no good, no good. What you do is no good, brother. No good, brother. First of all, you look West African, brother. They always start the educational debates with, you look West African, brother. The fuck that's supposed to mean? The fuck? What else you got to say? That's it. That's all I had to say. Oh, that's all you had to say. And that's why I came out with my letter of intent of, I hate you too. I hate you cuckoo bird niggas too, especially the Africans. I hate you too, nigga. And the reason is because every time I ask you to bring scholarship to the panel, you bring no scholarship. None. You bring no scholarship. All you have to say on a good day is, you look like this is what you look like, nigga. This is what you look like. Wasting my motherfucking time. Yeah, y'all. So, you know, we had a good year this year. You know, we broke down a lot of information. We really got in our bag. You see what I'm saying? You know, I'm grateful for this year. You know, it's just funny. You know, what I learned this year that I wasn't really aware of before this year started is that, we really don't have any friends. Like, everybody has this weird disdain against us. And they have more of a disdain against us than they do their oppressors, which is really funny to me. See what I'm saying? It was really funny to me that these other groups of people dislike us more than they dislike the people that's the reason that their country's in turmoil. But they come to us and say, you don't have the same smoke for white people. Well, damn, nigga, you don't fight white people at all. Nigga, like you didn't even come here to fight white supremacy. You coming to America was your reparations. You coming over here to America was your reparations. See what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, God damn, nigga, we're not even talking to y'all right now. We're focused on our history and our culture, and you niggas don't like it. And I watched it a lot of times. So this is how I got all these other immigrants on my panel tweaking. It's because I honed in on us and I debunked all the cuckoo bird, bushmeat, hyena, nut chasing, you know what I'm saying, accusations, bushmeat pussy, accusations that they're trying to spew on us. Anyways, let's go ahead and get a couple people on here. I see people want to have a conversation, so let's bring a couple people up. Who we have here? Yeah, so, okay. So they look like they are. Yeah, so, you know, Billy, Billy, brother, what's good?
Hey, I'm good, bro. It's crazy because I had just came back from Florida, bro. I was on went to Florida while I was on vacation just a week back, and I got sick off of eating some tether food. I know you Jamaican, brother, but I ate some Jamaican mac and cheese.
Nigga, half, nigga. Don't say the whole.
Bro, I'm a tether too. My mama Sudanese, bro. I'm tethered. Yeah,
no, my people ain't tethers, brother. That's for.
I'm messing with you. It's the difference between you being Caribbean and American and being African and American. You get what I'm saying? So I'm an actual African American. That's why I get offended when people are like, "Oh, I'm African American because the white man told me to."
God damn.
Yeah.
What you had? Some of that goat meat, nigga? You had curry goat, nigga. Stay away from that curry goat, nigga.
I ate curry goat. Yeah, I had curry goat and some mac and cheese.
Dang, the mac and cheese. Jamaican mac and cheese. God damn, nigga.
Yeah, bro. Somebody said
you fucked up. Yeah, you fucked yourself up, brother.
Yeah, that did it to me, bro. But let me tell you though, this is something I've been trying to tell people, bro. So earlier today, somebody was like, "Oh, the average Black American." Somebody said some dumb shit like, "Oh, the average Black American 25% right." I said, "Y'all really be going off these DNA tests?" I said that literally mean that every Black person has a white grandparent, which is not true. Right. That would literally mean that we will all have a white. That means that KFC, Colonel Sanders, would be our granddaddy.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like they would be saying anything, and I'm like, bro, and then I was trying to educate them about how DNA tests is. I'm gonna come on camera for a little bit, right?
Right.
But what is going on? Can y'all see me?
Yeah, I see you, nigga. You on the big screen, nigga. We see you, nigga.
Can y'all see? It's black on
Oh,
my end.
you in the army, nigga. Oh, okay, nigga. I thought you was in jail for us. I said, this nigga called me from jail. There you go.
It's the cat. Okay. So boom, I tell people all the time, the DNA tests that are on the test, it is based off genetic sequences. The database that they send in the databases that they send in Ancestry and 23andMe is based off similar samples. So for example, you would have a similar sample to somebody over in Georgia if you're from Georgia and they requested a DNA test. Of course, they're going to say it's Nigerian because that's what they have tested in Africa. And it's not even every Nigerian tribe or every West African tribe.
Right.
Okay, so when they send in that genetic sequencing, it's basically like this. All right, cool. You similar, you will go over here. So it's automatically
Oh, buddy, cutting out.
Jamaican DNA, not Jamaican Nigerian DNA. If Jamaica predates Nigeria, how was it there a
Wait,
Jamaican
hold.
Nigerian DNA or Dominican DNA? You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get people to
Wait, hold on. You
disconnect.
gotta hold on, brother. Wait. Oh,
They talk
hold on. I'm gonna
very
drop you
small.
real quick. Brother, go ahead and fix your Wi-Fi and come back on because you were saying some gangster shit, and you need to finish what you just said, but you need to get your connection right so we could go ahead and finish that conversation because you look like you was bringing some scholarship to the panel. We don't turn down scholarship. See what I'm saying? So go ahead and fix that, and you can hop and the request back on. I'll add you back on. Yeah. What the good brother was getting into was the DNA testing and how it doesn't put everything in perspective, and it can't really tell you, where you come from. DNA test is only good for when you're trying to figure out if you the baby daddy or not. You know what I'm saying? If I want to know if this my baby for real, if my girl wasn't doing what she was doing, then I need to take a DNA test. Other than that, nigga, what the fuck I'm gonna take it for? Yeah, unless y'all looking for a lost cousin. Hey,
Yeah. So this is another thing too.
but hold on, brother. Back up. You have to back up because you were saying some shit. I think you stopped at when you started cutting out. You talk about why they're not
Okay, so let me
reliable.
explain why. Let me explain why the DNA, the whole thing is just a fiasco, right? So when you actually go into these DNA companies and databases, right? When you go to these panels, if you actually go into the panels and you look into American DNAs, they have the Americans, they have the African DNAs that they have in their reference groups, right? Because there's also broader DNA sequences that they have, right?
Right.
So boom, right? When I put mine in, my shit was all over the place. But that's because of my mixed ancestry,
Right.
right? But they didn't even guess correctly. For some reason, they were saying I was 17% Somali. Bitch, I don't got a Somali person in my family.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But it's based off similarities. So this is what I'm trying to get you to understand. If you actually go into these databases, they have African American DNA as a separate thing. They have it mixed as a separate thing. It's not European, it's not West African. It's a completely different sequences. But they're only labeling you African because the DNA sequencing, they're going to automatically label you as sub-Saharan African because the sequencing. So if you got dark skin, that comes in your sequence, your DNA sequencing. If you got curlier hair, that comes into the sequencing. So that's automatically marked off as African. And if you pay attention to certain people, when they put in their DNA tests, a lot of people, and I've been helping people do their genealogy because a lot of people been coming to me like, hey, I'm confused because they're saying that I'm 2% Filipino, or some people even got small Austronesian popping up, and I'm telling them like, no, that's actually where you're from. You're actually from here in America. But since African American DNA is so unique, it's because it's its own ethnic group. It don't have anything to do with mixing.
Right.
And I be trying to explain to people, and when you look into places with history of chattel slavery, especially in Hispaniola and Latin America, we would look more Hispanic. If we were mixed with European, we would look how Hispanics look.
Right. Well, I would say this, brother. I'm
And
not
I'm
gonna.
not saying that, they're not mixed Black Americans. I'm not saying that's not true. There is people we got, you know what I'm saying? We got our Bruno, not Bruno Mars, but we got people at that bitch in our family that look like, ooh, and I like it. We got the Bars family members. You know what I'm saying? But you
Right.
also got to look into birth rates, right? We got to look into birth rates because you also got to go into the fact that how do I explain this? Certain areas in the US, there's more common biracial people. Louisiana, for example, certain places like Kentucky are historic places for biracial people being born. So
Mhm.
you got to understand, even with biracial people, they're automatically, their DNA is not separated either. It's automatically grouped into us because biracial people are still labeled to Black as this day. So when you're saying that, oh, we're mixed with European, you got to understand that biracial people are still counted as Black due to the one drop rule that never changed here in America. And scientists still go by the one drop rule.
Right. Right.
That's all I'm trying to get. Oh, yeah, that's all I had to say, though. Because
Yeah. Yeah. You were going in, brother. What I'll say to that is I don't like to get into the specifics of what we're mixed in because, in my opinion, I think there's no way to tell. See what I'm saying? There's no real way to tell because I wasn't there. But what I do know is when you look at the laws and legislation that they were created during those times, um, slavery wasn't really targeted towards a certain group of people. When they first came to America, they had Indians, they had indentured servants over here. White people were indentured servants, and you had Indians on the plantation that that all the other tribes were swapping out because it didn't start off as chattel slavery. It started off as regular slavery, which is someone owes you some type of debt, and you got to pay it off through servitude. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and
But
not even just that. When I'm trying to like get people to understand, it's like the way DNA work is based off your genetic sequencing is literally based off your genealogy. Because, like for example, right, my sister, we got completely different dads, but for some reason her ass was like 9% East Asian,
right,
right? But I also have to go into the fact that I do have hoya ass niggas in my family. I have Native Americans in my family. I am a card waving nigga. Unfortunately, I
mhm,
don't want to be proud of that because I know the true history of understand the true history of Native tribeships and I understand blood quantum all that because I'm bigger than that, right?
mhm.
But I remember that my sister was popping up had a lot of Asian percentages. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
she doesn't have any Asians in her family that I know of
right,
because we're all a part of the same gene tree, and that's what I
right,
love about doing genealogy is because, especially ancestry, they make it easy because even when you have your half siblings, they separate them off.
right.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Because even then, when I did my genealogy on my dad's side, I was like, okay, cool. I was told that we were Choctaw. That's true. But I found out that my great grandmother was Chittimacha. And then I did more history about my dad's side here in Texas. And I found out they was from damn Mexico.
Mm,
You get what I'm saying? But
yeah.
I didn't find an African on my side of the family because
And,
they
and
used
you
to
said
always.
you were half African.
Yeah, and on my dad's side, he was like, yeah, he was like, on my dad's side, he was like, yeah, like, he was like, we don't got no Africans in our family. I'm like, what are
Mm,
you talking about? You black as shit. You get what I'm saying? But all my family members are lighter on my dad's side. You go a few generations up, some of them look Chinese. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll show you a picture. Like,
right.
that's just,
It's what I'm saying. So yeah, the problem with the DNA test is that they can't really point out exactly where you're from. It's impossible. What they do is, especially with us, is that they don't really have a category for Black Americans. What they do is they just bump you in with being West Nigerian or someone from Africa for the most part. So yeah, DNA testing isn't accurate at all. Anyways, it's accurate, but not accurate for knowing where you're from. Let's get Manny. Manny, talk to me, brother. What's going on? My bad, Manny. Mike got there. You go. Talk to me, brother. What's your name? Where you from?
What's up, fam? It's me, Manny, the same Manny you know, bro. I just
Okay.
changed my profile picture. But
Okay.
anyways, FBA brother from Florida, dog.
All right. Talk to me, fam. What's good?
Just getting off work, and this is a crazy subject. Hey, I've been telling Hey, so how about I talk to my grand my grand uncle today, and I've been telling people that I've been thinking that one of my answers I've been like using as a profile picture. I've been thinking that he's a white passing man. He's just white. So I just
Mhm.
found out that he's just white, and like my the lady that he married, she's the one that was black or whatever. So I'm just finding out some information, and the one I got right here, this is my 2 times great grandmother, Grandma Tiny.
Okay, I put on the big
She
screen.
was, she was mixed with some Irish, Native American, and some other stuff. I think we call it Creole. The people
Creole.
from Louisiana.
Yeah.
You can tell by just looking at her though, like you see all the missions in her with the high cheekbones and shit. And that shit be crazy. Like what's name was saying. Like I got some family members in my family that looks completely like they got the phenotype of the Asiatic
Yeah, put me
features
on
that
the big
stuff.
screen. I'm gonna get this down. Somebody said that I'm a Siberian and shit. Hold up. Oh God, I gotta back. Go back to brother. I
Wait,
gotta
wait,
zoom
wait,
out the
hold on.
picture.
When they said Siberian, I think it's because you called yourself a Native American.
Yeah,
That's-
unfortunately, I am. Genghis Khan is them. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. I am related to them folks. Unfortunately, I
Go ahead, man. Yeah, go ahead.
No,
Until
it's
Billy
all
get it right.
good, bro. I love when people talk about their history. You know what I'm saying? We some very unique people. But anyway, yeah, bro. So I went and saw some so I remember like maybe 3 years ago, I had a great cousin, my grandfather's first cousin. So they came around. So we was taking care of her. She was like what 90, then they're like 95 years old.
Right.
So when they come around here, I open the door. I'm like, hello, may I help y'all? And they go, yeah, we are cousins. I said, huh? And these people look, I mean, bro, when you look at them, they look like, I mean, Pocahontas in this bit, bro. That what got me like really like wondering, like, damn, bro, like I'm like everything that my grandparents told me is true, bro, because I can see it within the family.
Right.
And I always been so reluctant of it because I never seen the phenotype look, but after meeting some cousins, I'm like, oh damn.
Yeah, brother. Let me get Billy going. Billy, show me what you got, brother. What this is right here. Who's these two young lovely ladies in your family? You gotta unmute your mic, Billy.
it's this loud ass military horn. I was waiting for that bitch to go off. Yeah, but yeah, this is my aunts. These are my grandfather's sisters, and I told you that on my dad's side they're Choctaw and Chittimacha, and then we got Mexican ancestry. They're from the Mississippi region. My family. This photo was taken in Arkansas right after World War II. This is right when my grandfather got back.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was saying like if you look at them, they facial features phenotype wise, like they don't really, you know what I'm saying? They look more Asian than I would say African.
They look like niggas to me.
Yeah, but everybody
Yeah,
in my
but they
family
do
like
they look like an admixture though.
Yeah, they light skinned, but I see the one on the left. She got chinky eyes. I can see it in the eyes.
That's what I'm saying. She look like she got a little bit of Selena.
Well, but all of us have that look though. That's the thing.
yeah.
All of us, most of us do have
So look at
that chinky look in the
because
eyes.
even
They black. They just niggas. They're black. I look at them as just being black. We all have those features. See what I'm saying? But anyways, hold on. Let's get Collins going. Collins, talk to me, brother. What's good?
What's up, Mr. Scholarship?
Chilling, dog. What it is?
Bringing some scholarship to the panel because I've been digging, boy. I've been digging. So the first thing I did was I had to disprove this DNA argument, right? So I went about that. I found out the people it's 5 branches of DNA, and the DNA ancestry line was created by 2 races, one being direct kin, first cousin or second cousin to Charles Darwin. So the ancestor DNA is nothing but an updated version of paper G side. Put it like that.
Right.
So that's all that is, right? And then people always start our story at the slave boats, but we was here before the slave boats. So I've been digging into the 1400s and the 1300s, right? It all makes sense because, being honest, a lot of people need to kill this not unalive this argument by just Perry. Perry was a black man from Carolina. He got the world's oldest DNA. they tried to justify it and go find some random African DNA and tried to match it up, and they still couldn't uphold the lie. They just came up with it's from the same branch, but it's not the same.
Right.
So Perry got the oldest DNA in the world, Mr. Perry, and he's off with the ancestor, but his sons and grandchildren also got the DNA.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what's also in that South Carolina? The mounds. The mounds that was before the pyramids.
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny that this DNA is also around the mounds that been here forever. You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot of connection to prove that we've been here. But I just use that one most of all. Just explain why Perry got the oldest DNA in the world, because they like to, and it's out of Africa theory. But what I came up with, they brought Africans over here to be a buffer class. Cause if you look at the old maps from the conquistadors, they say them niggeroids. They say look like the Somalians, but they ain't the Somalians.
They ain't the
You can just
Somalians.
look at the journals of the conquistadors.
Right.
So they use, and I'm trying to wrap this up real quick because it's the third part of this. The 13 colonies of America are incorporated. We all know America run like a business.
Right.
So when America fought the war with the British, what did they make money with? And this the big lie nobody recognized. They say cotton on paper, right?
Right.
But the cotton gin didn't come to 120 years later. They didn't have the cotton gin until 120 years later. So what was your number one revenue? Reclassifying slaves. And you know how they did it?
Oh, yeah, I get it. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you wrap it up. That's a good point.
Yo, you know how they reclassified these slaves? You ever heard of maritime laws?
Law of the
They
water.
put them on the ships, went around the Caribbean, and act like they came from Africa and brought them back and sold them. So you can't, they had a law, you can't enslave the indigenous people unless you could prove they primitive or they don't have no rights to the land. And by that, what I mean is, like, if you native, you indigenous to this land, they can't just take your land. That was European laws. So they had to see, we always tell people they reclassified us, but we never say why. That's how you steal land. And that's why America didn't get that many Africans. They just needed the Africans to blend in to justify the stealing. You ever know why, like, dang, if 13 million came over, only 300 came to 3% came to America?
Right.
They just needed enough to blend in and teach about rights. After that, they just were using the indigenous people. I'm gonna land my plane.
There you go. Appreciate that, brother.
So, Collins, basically what you telling me is they told Toby his name was Kenta Kunte, and dang, so that's messed up. That's messed
You
up.
got to look at America guess what the number one revenue for America is right now? The people steal. They use our information. They make millions of dollars off our information because it's internet.
Right.
They still selling people. It never been a gold standard, bro. The people always been sold.
Yeah, human trafficking is real big in urban areas. I'm gonna land my plane there, but drop me down, AI. I'm about to go back into work.
All right, brother Billy. Appreciate that, man.
Sure.
Peasy boy, talk to me. What's good, my nigga? What it is?
Man, just cooling, man. Just
hold
enjoying
on. Let's bring Levy up here. You know, he's a chat warrior. Let's see if he got some nuts. You know, Africans, they don't be having no nuts for real. They be scared and shit. They love hiding behind cameras, never want to cam up and shit. Never want to come on hey. Everybody clap it up for that boy.
I got balls. You think I'm a coward? You think I'm going to run?
You ran already, nigga. But anyways, Peasy, we go ahead, Peasy. I'm gonna let Levy talk. Go ahead.
Listen. Let that boy talk, man. But all I want to say is, Collins, bro, you dropped a lot of gems, bro. I appreciate that, bro. With that reclassification shit, with them finessing, and I appreciate that.
He did tap into that shit. Levy, talk to me, bro. What's good? What's your name? Where you from, bro?
Yo, you think I'm going to run? You think
nigga,
there's
I
any
asked you a
yellow
question,
in
nigga.
me?
I said, what's your name? Where you from?
Leafy is my name.
Where you from?
I'm from my mother. From
where
my mother.
And where she's from?
Black parents.
Black where? On what continent?
America.
Which America? Which one?
Which one?
Yes.
South of you. I'm south of you. I'm south of you.
So
you're in Florida, right?
You're Jamaican.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, all
Whatever
right.
nationality you wanna
Bumbo
burn
clot.
nationality. First thing,
Jesus.
burn nationality. Nationalism led to two world
Bumbo
wars.
clot.
Yeah,
Oh, what you
Bomboclan.
say?
Nationalism led to two world wars already. It's gonna lead to a third one, and after that we'll be fighting with stick and fucking stones. The first thing you're wrong about is about Yanga. That's the first thing. Yanga, you act like Yanga is an African American when there was no America
I
during
didn't say he
Yanga's
was
time.
African American. I didn't say that.
What you saying he was then? I'm telling you he was an African.
He wasn't African.
Yanga was an African that
Prove
was
it.
captured.
Prove it.
Oh, you mean it's already proven, brother? Look at
Prove
that
it.
fucking name.
Prove it.
Look at the name. Look
Prove
at the
it.
name itself. Look at it's proven.
What does the name mean?
It's proven already.
What-
Yanga was captured from the Congo region. What you talk about? Yanga, you
When?
think Yanga is
What
American?
year? What year?
The Portuguese years, the years when the Portuguese and the Spanish were transplanted, the years when the Spanish and the Portuguese were taking Negroes from the Congo.
Okay,
Those years.
all right, Lily. So, okay.
The years when the years
hold
when the
on,
Spanish.
slow down, Rastafari, Bumba Clot, brother. Calm down. To toot down real quick, brother. Damn, nigga. Shit. Wait, let's talk about it. So, oftentimes, what white scholarship likes to do is, whenever there's a surprising black figure who pops up and does something great in early times in America before, I guess, the US got to change the narrative, they usually list that person as being somewhere from Africa, like John Horace, the chief of Florida Summit. They say he was an African American man, an African slave who was in slavery, then ran to Florida. But he asked what part of Africa he's from, they can't tell you. And then one thing that I noticed, not even about America, but even the Caribbeans, if you look at Haiti, look at Jamaica, all the places that had revolts in America, 1526, the Gualdapo, however you say it, all these revolts that happened in the Caribbeans in America, for some strange reason, when they bring these so-called Africans over here and they revolt, boy, these niggas learn the landmass fast as fuck. The Maroons in Jamaica, niggas learned the landmass, hid in the mountains, started shooting them bows. They learned the landmass faster than a bitch. Younger, the Africans learned Mexico in a heartbeat. Boom. Florida Seminoles, the niggas down here in Florida learned the landmass of Florida real quick. Yeah. And I'm thinking like, damn, these niggas had GPS? How the fuck these niggas knew? How they knew how to maneuver, where to hide, how to get low, certain spots, because it was guerrilla warfare. The only time every time black melanated people, period, has been successful against white colonization or revolting is when it was guerrilla warfare. When white people came over and they had to fight on that landmass, and for some apparent reason, the African that they got from Africa was better at that new landmass that he never been to than the oppressors. It don't make sense. So if Yango was an African, which I highly doubt, boy, he knew Mexico like the back of his hand, and he was the first one to actually have a successful revolt and hide in Veracruz and set up. These things don't make sense. Right. So you want to run with the narrative that he came from Africa.
So you're trying to say if you bring me as an African, I'm supposed to stay on the plantation? I'm a runaway nigga. You have the swamp niggas up in Virginia. You have the Maroons in Jamaica. All these people. Kojo was African.
So when I was in school, I transferred 7 times throughout high school. I went to Miami Booker T, Miami Central. I went to Coral Gables. I went to Miami Killian. And, every time I transferred to a new high school, it took me about like the whole year to learn the high school. You know what I'm saying? It took me the whole year to learn where P75 was, where the portables in the back was, and because I kept transferring to different schools. I had to keep learning different campuses. See what I'm saying? I graduated from the University of Florida. I still don't know the University of Florida campus like that. And I was on campus 24/7. So I can only imagine when you bring a group of people from Africa, supposedly, and bring them to a whole landmass, a whole island,
They're supposed to stay on the plantation because you said.
And they just all of a sudden just blend in and figure it out.
Oh yeah, they're supposed to stay on the plantation because you say so, right? There's runaway Africans.
Brother, they didn't just stay on the plantation.
There's people.
It's not that they didn't just stay on the plantation, brother. they fought effectively on that landmass, as if they know, as if they knew it.
Of course.
Where did
The first thing you do,
where do they know where to run to? How do they know where to run to?
you capture a gun. That's the first thing you do. You capture a fucking gun. That's the equalizer. It's
Oh,
called the
Levi was
peacemaker
there.
in the
He must have
equalizer.
been there.
Yes, I was. It's all in my fucking DNA that you dismiss until you get the fuck locked up. And you didn't commit that rape. You were fucking happy to take that DNA then. So don't dismiss it, brother. You
Hey,
dismiss your
Levi,
own
hold
self.
on, Levi.
We're
Not
runaway
dismissing it.
Ancestry
Africans.
I'm not
None of
DNA.
us African.
not
All these
dismissing it,
people are
brother, but you can't
Africans.
African wash
Sojourner
everything,
Truth,
man.
African. All these people are
You see, Jamaicans, they do this weird thing, right? They do this weird thing where they're very in tune with Africans. And I
Oh,
don't
you
think,
mean, of course.
but Africans don't even give a fuck about Jamaicans. I'm not sure where this camaraderie is coming from.
Rolls against their mother. I don't trust no man who rolls
I
against.
don't understand. Africans don't give a fuck about Jamaicans. I'm not understanding why the fuck this nigga think that him calling himself African, them niggas will cut your head off too,
African
nigga.
descendant.
Yeah,
I'm an African
yeah,
descendant.
nigga, them niggas will cut your head off too if they could. I'm not understanding what your obsession
Real
is.
fast. Real fast. Because you're a fucking anti-African means you're anti-black. That's how we look at it. If you're anti
Black doesn't correlate to African, sir. I'm not sure where you got that from.
African, you're also anti-black. That's how we look at it. Nobody rolls against their mother, nigga. Who the
Levi,
fuck rolls
Levi, are you Rastafarian?
Most definitely, he has to be
every
Rastafari.
fucking thing? I'm everything. I'm
No,
every
no, no.
fucking
Be honest. Are
thing.
you Rastafarian? You have to be.
Yeah, Rastafari, I may say.
I know it. I know
Rastafari,
it. That's why. That's why.
Ethiopia, Africa is my holy land, not this fucking Western
That's why he
bullshit.
talking like that, bro.
Yeah.
I know. Because Jamaicans, they do this weird African booty scratching, nut licking shit. I don't know
Why
where
is
this
she
nigga
so
get this.
angry?
I don't know what this.
Ethiopia, Africa is the
I don't
holy
know what
land.
this nigga get. Nigga, then go fix Ethiopia then. Go
Why
fix
is she so
Ethiopia.
angry?
Go fix
Ethiopia,
Ethiopia.
Africa is the
Since you
holy land.
African, go fix African then. Go fix it.
You know why?
Ethiopia,
Hold
Africa is the
on.
holy land.
Where you there? Wait, go fix it then, man. Where you there? Why you not in Africa right now fixing it, man?
Africa awaits its creators.
Bumba fucking
Africa
clock,
awaits its
brother.
creators.
Bumba
Africa
clock,
awaits
brother.
one.
Bumba fucking clock. Africa needs you right now, man. Where I do? You sit on
We're
your
gonna be
ass,
working with
nigga. You sit on your ass and you do nothing, nigga. Nigeria just got bombed. Bumba clock, nigga. Nigeria just got bombed, nigga. They got bombed and you do nothing.
Go bomb Mali. Go bomb.
Right, nigga. Yeah. On my panel crying, but you won't do shit for the people you trying to defend.
Nigeria is not wired for survival. Burkina Faso. Go bomb Burkina Faso. That's who we rolling with. We're rolling with people who want to fucking survive. Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger. Go bomb that. Go bomb that now. We're asking for you to go bomb that. And plus, there's a whole little 10-year.
Oh, let me ask you a question, brother. So what has Africa done for Jamaica?
It was food, culture, every fucking thing it has done for us.
How did Africa give you culture?
Just because I was captured on the battlefield don't mean shit.
What nigga, what?
Just because we were captured on the battlefield, Jamaica is a big fucking prison. Like I told you when I came up, I burn nationalism. Jamaica don't mean shit to me. Jamaican government don't mean shit to me.
I get it now. A G-band. You're a G-band, a generational bitch ass nigga. So okay. Hey, everybody who doesn't know, a G-band is a nigga who doesn't care about their country. They're always talking about some other shit other than their
nationalism.
Country. They don't want to help their own people. They watch their people suffer and they don't give a fuck. He is a G-band. Generational bitch ass nigga. Talking about so
burn your nationalism, nigga. Burn your nationalism.
Jamaica was just baptized by a hurricane, and you just saying you don't give a fuck about Jamaica. But man, Jamaicans are out there bleaching their skin. Jamaicans don't even want to be African.
Those are the niggas like you. I want to be an African.
I accept being black. I'm not out here trying to bleach my skin.
Like you bleach. The niggas who hate Africa bleach. Niggas like you who hates Africa bleach.
I ain't bleached my skin out once. Right. You see, I told you I got a problem with these Jamaican niggas.
Africans are proud of our black.
These Jamaican niggas, they steal all of the bleach just to do this fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? I'll be mad as hell, nigga. Every time I see a Jamaican in aisle 7, I just go to a different
Coming
supermarket.
from being
It's not.
African
It's,
like
it's
you.
not. It's not. I just go to a different supermarket because it's not worth it. See what I'm saying?
Those are the niggas that be
Let
bleaching.
me kick this nigga, this Rastafarian nigga off. He ain't got nothing to say. You know what I'm saying? Listen, y'all. God damn. This guy, young African born man. Let me see. Can Jasper Jenga be proven as African? What is likely but not 100% proven? Jenga is often said to be from Brand. Often said Jasper Jenga, the black person who helped free Mexico or give Mexico culture for the first successful revolution in Mexico. Jenga is often to be from said to be from Brahmini, whatever you call it, people associated with Central West Africa, modern Gabon and Cameroon region. Some accounts say he was royal of noble African lineage. These claims are plausible, widely repeated, but they come from later interpretations, not a birth certificate or a direct African record. So these niggas just made that shit up. So the shit ain't, when they calling him African, it ain't come from that time frame saying that he was African. It came from a later time frame saying that the nigga was African. They did the study later. Right. So they often throw around this terminology that he's African when they can't prove that the nigga isn't African. Oh, he's African. Nah, nigga, he wasn't a nigga. He was indigenous. He was indigenous to that region. Right. They always try to say, oh, they trying to Africanize a nigga. Whenever a nigga has a successful revolt anywhere, they did it to the Jamaicans, Haitians, and the black indigenous on this soil. Whenever we have a successful revolt over here, they claim that it was an African. So if Africans got all these great revolutionary people, why the fuck can't Africa free itself right now? Right. If all the great revolutionaries came from Africa off that boat, why the fuck can't Africa free themselves right now? Where they at right now? If they all came from Africa. This just said that they called him African after years later. They just generalized it. There is no real proof that he's African. What is not proven? There is no hard evidence that Jenga was indigenous to Mexico or African. Clear summary. So yeah, so they don't know where this nigga from. They're never gonna admit that he wasn't from over there. See what I'm saying? Anyways, Gorilla, talk to me, brother. What's going on?
No, man, I've been in my car cracking the fuck up, man. I'm sorry, man. Yo, the brother that came on here a little while ago, he said they were taking niggas from here, load up the boats, take them around the Caribbean or something, and bring them back as slaves. How do you say that?
Oh, you talking about Colin?
Yeah.
I'm calling. Go ahead and Justin, brother. Repeat what you said.
Yeah, they was on the maritime law. So they would take slaves from America, right? Because they was indigenous people. It was just another form of reclassification on the people.
Right,
So,
right.
or they might sell them. They ain't bring all of them back. The real troublemaker. Hold up, you asked me a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
The real troublemakers, they might have sold them to Jamaica, Haiti, or places like that. But they'll reclassify some and bring them back just for land grabs. That's how they stole the majority of the land.
Yeah, so they put a freak move. They act like they was bringing them from Africa, but they just took them around a circle right quick.
Why? Think about this. If the United States ran like a corporation, right? You know they're finna do something. Instead of bringing them from Africa, the overhead too big. Why I'm gonna go? And they say that these people look like them people, so nobody really would notice. So to cut my overhead, I just ride them around the Caribbean, bring them back, and justify my stealing. Instead of bringing them all the way from Africa. See, I think that's how a corporation would think. Because it was all for money and land. So you got to be in it. Yeah, but I got you, big bro. I love all black people, man.
And I was just thinking about it. You know, I'm like, that's how they pulled a freak move and got everybody thinking they from Africa, but they just took them from here, took them up to the Bronx, bring them back around through Queens, and then dropped them off in Ellis Island, kind of like that.
And they doubled the profit.
Okay.
So you go ever look it up, if you could get some truth, A slave was worth way more money than cotton. I'm finna tell you something. You know how they bought Louisiana? On paper, they say they paid for it with money, but the banks loaned
Exactly.
America. America was broke. The European banks loaned them the money for slaves.
Right.
So you just gotta
Right.
look it up, man. Slaves were big money back then, especially in America. This country was behind. America, the colony didn't get started until 100 years later after the Portuguese. So how the hell they caught up?
Right, and then they brought some actual Africans over here, and I don't know what kind of route they took. Maybe they took the jet stream or whatever, and it sprinkled them amongst the indigenous over here. And like my man said, the host said, they knew the land so well. Like, how in the hell you get a crash course on how to hide over here? They was already from here.
Exactly.
Man, they sent more
All right.
African, they sent more indigenous people to Africa than they sent to America. But the islands is a different story. Because you know,
Right,
sugar cane was big business back then. So Haiti
Right.
and South America was buying Africans. But
Okay.
yeah, they wasn't smart with the money. One thing I could say about this country, they know how to be corporate.
Yeah, them motherfuckers. Anyway, hey, host, that's all I wanted, man. I was cracking up for about a half hour now after he told me. You know, like, I figured that's how they fucking did it. They ain't all from Africa. But you can let me down now, though. 'Cause I just got off my black job, man. I had to do a little triple time and shit on their ass right quick.
All right, brother. Be easy, man. Happy holiday.
And happy holidays to you, brother. FBA Detroit, what's going on, brother? Talk to me. What's good?
What up, though, B?
Chilling, dog. What it is?
Ain't shit, man. I was just
Yeah,
chimed in
drop me
with you,
out,
know what I'm
dog.
saying?
Yeah.
They
I don't
had
want to
me,
fuck up.
Go ahead, brother. Hold on, FBA Detroit, the mic. Your mic messed up.
okay, can you hear me now?
Now I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, I said I was just listening to you. I decided to chime in for a minute because every time I do a live, they find a way to suspend me for false evidence or some they find some bullshit to get me, or somebody just keep trolling me, and then when I cuss them out, they get me for
That's how they
cussing them
get
out.
you,
You know
right?
what I'm saying? So I just like, you know what? I'm gonna just stop before they take my second page. You feel me? That I just done started. But I wanted to chime in on this and say, man, you know, this is where a lot of the discrepancies come in with FBA at, right? I feel like niggas be going too far trying to find out who they ancestors was, when that shit is really not even that shit is really irrelevant where my ancestor come from. Like I could say, I know where my last name came from my grandfather, and my grandfather got his name from his grandfather, and I could trace his grandfather back through census records, and on his census records, I can find out that he was born in 1850, 15 years before slavery was over. And I can also find out from his census form that his mother and his father was from Columbus, Georgia. Right. So I know my history in this country. Those are my ancestors. Finding out who my ancestors was, I don't see how that's relevant. Africa is not my problem, bro. My problem starts and ends right here. I don't know one African word. I don't know one African person in my family. Any roots that I had connected to Africa, they've been disconnected if I had them. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's where the big confusion, the big ball of confusion where FBA come in at, because you got niggas that's just trying to trace all the way back to the beginning of civilization. I don't have to trace back to Christ to know that I'm a FBA. That's all that should matter, bro. That's all that should matter. If I'm from here, my people ain't immigrants, we can't trace our lineage back there. That's when you're an FBA. Whether you're indigenous to this land, whether your people is from Africa, and all that shit don't matter. The only thing that matters is if you're an FBA. If you cannot trace your lineage back to no other country but the United States of America, all the way back to the beginning of your history is all right here, you are a foundational Black American. You know what I'm saying? We all need to get on one fucking page so that a motherfucker can't come in and throw a monkey wrench in the game and say, oh, he from Africa, or she from Africa. All of these people from these different places, they are here to cause confusion. And as long as they be the topic of our discussions at the dinner table and shit, they're gonna slow down progress. I just feel like they here to do that. I feel like if we stop talking about them, They gonna keep on trying to go. It's their topic every day. FBA, Tariq Nasheed, FBA, the Indian Pretendians, and all of this old fuck shit every day, because that's the only way that they can stay relevant. So it ain't gonna never stop. Like I'm not going into the next year talking about them bitches no more, bro. Like they had it. They keep reporting my page and get my shit suspended every time I start a live. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, you know what? Next year, I'm gonna be talking about some big shit, bro, because I don't want to hear it no more after this year. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you,
Real
bro.
shit.
Yeah.
They here to cause confusion, bro.
So I'm gonna say this because you said a handful. I'm also with you with the tip of going out pause on how far back niggas want to go about being indigenous. My whole claim is first understanding the history of what happened to us. We first need to figure out what happened to us. That was my biggest thing was first realize what they have been doing to you. You know what I'm saying? Paper genocide, lying about who you are. See what I'm saying? And not only that, but also after you figure out what they've done to you, knowing that they didn't bring your ass from Africa, a lot of y'all was already here, and there was a small percentage that came over here. Now you figure out, how can I profit from this? Like, where does this benefit me in my life? And then when you look at certain laws or certain treaties, like the 1866 treaty, they do mention that the freedmen, which is us, are owed reparations from the Native Americans because we were also in those tribes. That's when it's important to me. That's when it's important to me. See what I'm saying? Niggas want to call themselves indigenous. I tell niggas all the time, I'm the last nigga to give a fuck about what you want to call yourself. Just don't tell me what to call myself. See what I'm saying? I don't want to walk around with a feather in my head. I don't give a fuck about a feather. Don't force me to be African. I don't know what part of me came from Africa. But what I do know is, nigga, I'm Black American right now, nigga. I know that for sure. I'm Black American right now. That's what I am right now. And what can I get from being Black American right now? What am I owed as a Black American right now? What applies to me right now? That's the only thing that matters. See what I'm saying? So that's equivalent to reparations for slavery, reparations for Jim Crow, reparations for redlining, and reparations for being a freedman, descendants of chattel slavery, and also indigenous to those tribes. They owe us too, because you can't tell. They couldn't. The Native Americans were also enslaving their own groups of people. So who's to say that that wasn't a dark-skinned person? Because they said descendants of chattel slavery and people who was also in those tribes. You can't prove that I wasn't one of them. First, you got to prove that I wasn't a part of the Native American tribe. Can you prove that? You owe me. Second, they also own descendants of slaves, whatever you want to describe that as. They owe me. Either way, you owe me. So I'm here for that. All that other shit about knowing the certain routes going here, that's what certain people like to do. And
I think they be tethers though, cuz I think it's tethers that's on here who be acting like they FBAs who just here to cause confusion and make us, man, you got niggas talking about you can walk through the Grand Canyon and end up in Africa. I'm talking about just saying ridiculous ass shit, cuz like, man, how the fuck you gonna know this G14 classified ass secret, nigga?
Hold on. So I get what you're saying. Those kind of people, I don't this is why I don't get into skepticals. I don't get into skepticals. I don't get into the whole mystery. Like I keep it very political and adjacent to my agenda. That's it. All that other shit these niggas want to talk about, all that, it don't matter to me because it don't mean anything. At the end of the day, that's your research. Your research says that. You say America is the homeland and not Africa, fuck it. It don't matter to me. It don't mean nothing to me. See what I'm saying? But whatever their theories is or whatever they study, I just respect that they study that. Dude, I still go to bed at night. Now, the second part you said was that you're not going to the next year talking about these Africans. Shit, nigga. Once 12 o'clock hit, I'll probably drop another Cuckoo Bird Immigrant video on these bitch ass niggas. I'ma still talk about these whole ass niggas. Yeah.
No,
yeah,
but
yeah.
no, that wasn't saying what you gonna talk about. I was just saying, I ain't gonna let them control me like they been doing, know what I'm saying? They been trolling the fuck out of me, cuz, and then, you know what I'm saying, I just be wanting to talk about bigger and better shit than them. I be wanting to talk about, you know what I'm saying, some business. I be wanting to talk about,
But
You sit there.
brother, the reason why this conversation and these topics are so big is because the being Black American is an experience that no other groups of people could even come close to experiencing. First of all, we're in America and literally everybody hates us. Africans, Caribbeans, white people, Latinos. So we have to understand the dynamic of what's going on. So this whole thing about, what they call diaspora wars, it's us realizing that we don't got no friends. And it's not so much a target towards these other groups of people. It's letting all our other people know who maybe haven't experienced it yet. Hey, dog, that nigga don't fuck with you like that. You see what I'm saying? Until proven otherwise. Or we have to understand that these people have been going behind our backs and going against our agenda, like into politics and speaking out against our reparations. Like that's huge. That's not just no TikTok conversation live. That's an actual political move that they've been orchestrating. Because you got to understand that you have to ask I would love to ignore all the immigrants. I would love to. But remember, white people, we fought for them to get here, but white people brought them into this country for a reason. These immigrants have a role to play, and they're playing their role, which is to be a docile group of people that white people can control. They're only here for political games. So we do got to watch out for them. They are a part of the problem. They didn't come here to be our friends. And these lies just proves it. You know what I'm saying? It proves that they're not. It proves that we can't really trust them like that. So we want to move forward, but these niggas are somewhat in the way. They're in the way. And not only are they in the way, but they're in our communities, proximity. See, in order for me to touch a cracker, I got to go 10 miles. You know what I'm saying? 10 miles to go for me to touch a cracker. There's Caribbean folks who live down the street. There's African folks who live down the street from me. They're in our communities and our proximity. So you deal with proximity first. So I'm saying, so that's only why this topic is so huge, because we're trying to create this rift, and we're trying to create this separation to let these niggas know that we don't fuck with you niggas neither, and we know what it is now. Right? You know what I'm saying? So it's a very important topic, and we gotta keep pushing that narrative, so we don't never get caught up in the trap of thinking that just because you look like me, you on my side. That's not true.
Facts. I just want to say, appreciate you for letting me come up, dog. As always, man. I ain't gonna hog up too much of your airtime, homie. I appreciate you though, bro.
Hell yeah, brother.
My dig.
Yeah, appreciate it.
For sure.
Yeah, y'all, you know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not gonna say all immigrants, because not all of them are like that, but we have to understand that white people have been attacking us in different ways. And bringing these immigrants, some of these immigrants has been another strategy of attacking us. And we got to address it. You know what I'm saying? Hello? What's going on, man? Oh, sir, what's your name? Where you from?
Me?
Yeah, man, I'm
Brooke?
talking to you.
Hi, my name is Brooke. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm foundational Black American on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to tell you a little bit about what we're doing in New York, if you don't mind.
Go ahead, talk to
Okay, so in New York, I don't know if you heard, but we have a reparations commission that is in session right now until January. They just got an extension until January 2027.
Mm-hmm.
And not too much hearts because well, thank you for the hearts for me, but not for them. Because the problem is that it is founded on an unconstitutional bill. And so we're fighting against it. It's unconstitutional because it is race-based.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have a constitutional bill that is based on status and lineage, which is our status as found as freedmen.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're trying to get sponsors and co-sponsors for this bill, which are senators and assembly people. So we have an email letter writing campaign going on right now where you send emails to our assembly people and senators. And I was wondering if I have a whole long spiel. So before I do that, I just wanted to have your permission before I go into all of that.
Go ahead, man. This is your show right now. Go ahead and talk to me. People in the chat say they know you. Go ahead. It sounds like you good over here.
Man, when I can't tell you how much I appreciate you for letting me do that. Okay. So I talked a little bit about the first thing. So we have an unconstitutional bill that is race based. You guys know that you can't have race based anything. This is why DEI and affirmative action were overturned. And so now our president, our U.S. Freedmen Project president, Divine, and our assembly person, Nikki Lucas, they wrote the constitutionally sound bill. So like I said, we're trying to get sponsors and co-sponsors. So if I'm going to put the link in the chat, if people could send these emails, it would really help us. And what happens, what happens in New York will then spread over to other states. So that's the first email, right? So there's 5 total emails. The second email is regarding delineation and disaggregations, which is a lot of what you were talking about earlier because I've been listening for a little while. Delineation and disaggregation. And so this is going to get us our own box. Here in New York, the AAPI, which is the Asians, and the MENA group, which are the Muslims, they have already done this. And so, we're trying to get the same thing done for us here in New York. And, we really need it because New York is very similar to Florida as far as, our melanated immigrant population. And in fact, a lot of them moved from New York to Florida.
Right. Yeah, they coming.
So, right. Yeah, I'm well aware. And so, what we do here, it will spread across the country. So the second email is going to go to our Black Legislative Task Force here in New York regarding that delineation and disaggregation. Then the second email is going to go to our governor, Kathy Holcomb, who I also call Viola Swamp because she sucks. And then the third email is going to go to the, why am I drawing a blank? Oh, to the senators and the assembly people that have already signed on to do this for the MENA group and the AAPI group. So the AAPI, the Asians, they're trying to delineate from each other. The Chinese people don't want to be lumped in with the Thai people. The Thai people don't want to be lumped in with the Samoans, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then the Muslim group, which is the MENA group, they are, I believe, the first group in the USA, in the history of the USA, that want to delineate from being white. Yeah, so they no longer want to be white. They don't want to be white anymore because after 9/11, they were discriminated against. Well, they feel that they were discriminated against, and they weren't able to get any type of reparative justice because they were considered white. Right. So they're the first group to delineate from being white. And so this has already been done in New York. These bills have already been passed. And so what we're trying to do here, but they haven't actually changed any of the forms yet. So we're trying to get people to hurry up and send these emails out because the faster you send the emails out, the faster that we can get this bill passed, and then they can do all 3 at one time, and it'll save the city money. Kathy Holcomb loves to save money because she's a cheap witch, and so we're trying to get as many emails as possible sent to these people. So the second email is going to go to the Black Legislative Task Force. The second email goes to Kathy Holcomb, and the third email goes to the assembly people and the senators. The fifth email is my own personal pet project because, like I said, we have these hearings. I don't know if you've seen some of the testimony that I've been posting regarding it, or some of them have gone viral. Okay. And some of the testimony that I've been posting from these hearings, but it is like nonsensical dribble that we have to sit through and listen to as they try to crowbar everybody and their mama into our reparations claim. And so what I would like them to do is to have one of those presentations, and they pay people to do these presentations. What I would like them to do is to pay our brother Andrew Barnes from Numbers USA to come in and do a presentation on how immigration has hurt foundational Black Americans. Now, this presentation isn't just going to focus on melanated immigrants. This is going to focus on all immigration from the beginning, how it's been used against us to undercut wages and to push us to the back of the hiring line. Right. And so those are all 5 emails. They are pre-written emails. So you don't have to worry about what what to say and how to say it. Each email takes less than 30 seconds. I've been noticing that people have only been sending email number 1, but please send all 5 emails. There are 5 links. We are 100% transparent. So the link that I put in the chat, you can, I also put the links on that page. You will see the links to the bills if you want to read them yourselves. I am very nerdy. I like to print things out and get my highlighter. If you would like to do that, you can do that. You can see the unconstitutional bill. You can see the bill that they wrote with that President Devine wrote with Nikki Lucas. You can see the other bill for the delineation and disaggregation. Everything is there. The website to the U.S. Freedmen Project and everything. I think that's my whole spiel. I appreciate you so much for
That's
letting me
it.
do
That's all you got to say. I thought you had more. That was only part. You really said 3 things.
Well, I'll say one more thing. These emails are super important because you know how we make fun of white folks all the time when they have, or white tea folks, I be forgetting, when we make fun of white tea folks all the time when they have like a little pothole in front of their house and they be like, oh, I'm going to write a letter to my senator, right?
That's what we act like white folks now. Okay.
Exactly. So essentially, this is what you're doing by sending these emails. These people work for us, that we don't work for them. We tell them what to do. And that's what these emails do, right? So I like to let people know that when President Devine of the U.S. Freedmen Project is taking these meetings with these senators and these assembly people, these emails make his rough places smooth and his crooked places straight, because they already know why he's in the room. They already know what it's about, and they already know the support that we have. And some of the questions that he's been getting when he gets there is, how come I'm not hearing about this from the NAACP? So these emails are also showing how inept and how ineffective these legacy organizations are. And I'm going to name them because I like to name names. The NAACP, the National Action Network, December 12th, IB 24. All of these organizations that have been lying and saying that they have been fighting for our reparations for 50, 60 years, but they haven't moved the needle 1 iota. Right. And so it shows the politicians are asking them, are asking President Devine, how come we're not hearing about this from them? So it is proving and it is showing that these people do not speak for us. They don't have our best interests at heart. And it's making them their voices mute. So, I just really appreciate you letting me do this. Please send the emails, everybody. I'm on a world tour right now to get as many emails as possible. My goal is 50 million emails. You don't have to be from New York to send these emails. You could be anywhere in the world. You don't even have to be foundational Black American to send these emails. You could be one of our melanated allies, and send these emails. You could be non-melanated and send these emails. It really doesn't matter. It just shows the support that we have for what we're doing. And I heard a lot of frustration, in the when I was listening, because I've been listening for quite some time. And so I heard a lot of frustration from, the family. And this is how we move forward. This is how we take it offline into real life. You know what I'm saying? By getting real bills passed and real work done. Because like you said, it is definitely what you do is definitely important, because there are so many of our family members that aren't aware of the things that people are saying about us in private. You know what I mean? And so what you do is you expose what I like to say, the soul of the people. You know what I mean? You get them to expose their very soul. And once they expose their soul, it's hard to forget what you saw. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and this is how we go to the next step, because they want to say that we're only online. They want to say that we're only on TikTok, or we're only on Twitter, or we're only on Instagram. And this is showing, no, we're taking meetings with senators. Well, not me personally, but President Devine is. They're taking meetings with senators. They're taking meetings with assembly people. They are writing bills and getting laws passed. Okay. So, I just appreciate everybody's support. I appreciate you so much for letting me do this. I know it was kind of long. I hope I didn't bore the audience.
No, you brought in some good
I thank you
facts.
so much.
Yeah, no. You did good to my audience. My audience always want to be entertained with some fighting and debating. They do need to sit down and listen to what's going on out there. I appreciate that, Sister Brooke.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I listen in often. I get a little nervous about, about actually speaking, but, you know, um, I really, like I said, I think it's very important that we move this to the next step. So I'm
Right.
trying, like I said, I'm on a world tour for these emails, so I had to overcome my nervousness a little bit and ask you if I could speak. And so I appreciate you so much.
Now you did a good job, and I'll tap in with you on that and see if I can keep
Yes,
posting the link over
please.
and over again.
Thank you so much. Yeah, because like I said, you Florida is our cousin because that's where they all go when they leave here.
Exactly.
All right, hon. Thank you so much. Bye
Appreciate
bye.
you. Sis. Have a good night and happy holidays. Yeah, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the fight. So I'm saying this is what these people have made us have to start doing. We had to start first. We had to realize what's going on. See what I'm saying? We had to realize what's going on to us and who's contributing. A lot of us didn't know that other groups who look like us, they be signing off on bills that help them but go against us. So it's time for us to start making some bills and pushing the fight for reparations through our own legislation, through our own laws, and we have to get involved like that. You see what I'm saying? Or y'all niggas need to stop voting too. I'm a big component of that. Niggas stop voting. Yeah, my whole thing is, nigga, Dr. Claude Anderson already stated what these immigrants are going to do in the next couple years. And what's the whole point of participating and voting if nobody's talking about reparations? We have to get these people to start talking about reparations. You have to start making them have to ask us, well, what do you want? Because you see what they did with the immigrants. They only brought the immigrants in to get their votes because white people don't see eye to eye. Saying we had the North versus South, the Civil War, white people don't see eye to eye neither. So they need some players to come in to sway people. Right. See what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all tap in with Brooke. I'm going to go ahead and give her a follow. You know what I'm saying? So we can keep up to date about what she got going on. But yeah, but that's it, y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all need to go outside and go pop some fireworks. That's what y'all need to do. It's damn near New Year's Eve. You know what I'm saying?
We in Florida. There might not be fireworks.
Hey, you see where I'm inside the house? Like,
I'm in the house.
Yeah, my bad.
There might not be fireworks.
Depending on where y'all ass at, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But anyways, man, y'all go ahead and enjoy the rest of y'all night. Happy holidays, happy New Year's Eve. I guess y'all knew tomorrow, 12 o'clock, y'all knew for some strange reason. What you brand new tomorrow.
Come over here brand new on you too.
Be brand new.
Nephew, I'm gonna be brand new on you and these cuckoo birds.
I don't know who y'all
all right,
gonna
have
be.
a safe one, bro.
You two callers there. I don't know who y'all gonna be tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Just don't piss me off. Whoever you is tomorrow, just don't piss me off. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, happy holidays. Much love to the chat. Y'all be easy and be good.